name's David Missey. I worked for Shaler Township, about 10 minutes north of Pittsburgh. It's a brief background of it. Township was organized in 1900. Population almost 28,500. Has about 100 employees. Everything up until about a year ago has been done by paper, and now becoming modernized by computer systems. And the main system is an AS400, but I was not dealing with that. I was dealing with other things. The regular IT person was doing stuff with the AS400. Employees that I dealt with: the manager, Tim Rogers; the IT manager, Tim Parada; and the water management, which I'll get into later while I was involved with them. Projects I worked on: fuel management system. Built it in Access because Access is compatible with Excel, and the information was imported from Excel. Consists of 3 tables, 22 reports. Every time someone comes to get fuel, they have to have a fob key, and they fob in. The first table matches the fob key with which department and vehicle it is. The other tables list the times they logged in. Here's one of the tables: their key number, gallons they got, and the time they were there, and the date. And unleaded, which kind of got shrunk. It's the same thing. One was for unleaded, one was for diesel. From 3 tables, 22 reports. The 2 reports there's 2 reports for each department: one for diesel, one for unleaded. Reports are categorized by the department, then date and vehicle number, so you know which vehicle got what at what time. 2 reports printed each month for the department. Reports are then sent to each department for billing purposes, so they can mail us what they owe. This is what report looks like for the diesel and unleaded. Reasons for the fuel management system: less time to send, because before you had to fill out papers and take time. People would have to subtract numbers, add numbers, and people were also stealing gas. They'd come up, get the gas, not write what they got and stuff, just leave. So this avoids that, and they can't get it without a fob key. No more calculations. They were complaining that it was taking too long to do the calculations, so they'd have to hire somebody. Well, this eliminated that, and they don't have to hire anybody else now, which will end up be cheaper in the long run. While I was there, another project I had to do was the installation of new computers. A lot of places didn't have the computers, or they did, but now they installed Windows NT on them. Created accounts for the employees inside the township offices in the police department. While installing or creating the accounts, I installed the printers and the drivers for them to print off of. When I was done setting it up and everything, I set up time intervals to explain to these people how to use the system, how to log on, log off, access people on the network if they had, and share a file, and how to print. Because if they'd print to like a different printer, they didn't think it printed, but it'd just be printing to somewhere else they weren't aware of. And the other project I worked on when I was there was an emergency that happened right before I got there, and down the water plant. And they didn't have the plan on what to do. They couldn't find it. So Tim Rogers, the manager, came to me and said, "Can you build ideas? Have a list of things that might happen and what to do when these things happen." I had to do a lot of research, calling companies, and to get phone numbers and to rent backhoes to dig stuff up, and the fire departments to make sure. What I did first was outline the events and form a flow chart of the things to do. And then after that, I built an outline of it, turned it into the manager. He approved it or disapproved it, gave it back to me. And if it was approved, I started writing it out for the documentation. If not, then I redid it and submitted it back to him again. Wrote the steps for that, and repeated this for the situations that we came up with. This is one of them. people you have to contact, and what to do. This is what like one of the scenarios we came up with: road workers strike. Make sure you have enough this and that, and this was a public notification plan, like what you're supposed to do, the steps you're supposed to go to notify the public, and this is the letter that we came up with. Lessons learned while I was there is how classes relate to the real world. Like what we learned in Access, I actually had to use in this, but wasn't everything. I had to learn some more stuff. Time management, how to better manage your time to get things done in a period of time. How to work as an individual as well as a group. I worked on most things by myself, but there were times I had to work with groups just to get the ideas from them. And then I worked for the rest alone. How to work in a business environment. I had to interact with people outside who dealt with the public. I had to deal with the public. And learning that extends beyond college. Learning just doesn't stop here at college. You keep learning as you go on in life. Any questions?